What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. Woo! It's 2019. Very exciting. This marks my very first video of 2019, which feels like 2018. So because 2018 is now officially donezo, it is time for me to do my roundup videos. So over the next probably like week and a half, you're gonna see me posting some roundup videos featuring my favorite products from the previous year. Today, we are going to be focusing on beauty products. I'm also going to be doing a lifestyle version of this video, and I'm considering also doing a video all about products that I didn't like during 2018. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that in the comments. And I am also going to be doing my bullet journal setup very soon, either this week or next. So stay tuned for that. I know it's like a little bit late in the bullet journal world, but I still really wanted to do it. So for those of you who are interested in seeing that, that will be up soon as well. Every single year that I do one of these videos, I have you guys play a little game with me. I want you to write a list of all the products that you think I'm going to be mentioning. And then as I go through talking about all my favorites, I want you to give yourself a point every single time you guess correctly. And then let me know how many points you get in the comments. And we also get to see how predictable I am. One last thing before I get started, I am doing a little giveaway in this video. I really wanted to do something starting off the new year just to thank you guys for an amazing 2018. Just thanking you for supporting me throughout the year and just, you know, supporting my channel, being by my side, going through this together with me. Definitely stay tuned to the end if you want to hear about the giveaway. First, let's talk about all of my faves from 2018. Let's get started, baby. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go through the products in the order that I would normally put them on my face. So first, starting off with primer. Now, I initially wasn't even going to include primer because there wasn't really a primer that really stood out to me, but then I remembered this guy, which is really a product that I've been using pretty much every single day since I got this, which was in the summertime. So this is the Kiehl's Glow Formula Skin Hydrator. Now, this is not really a primer that's going to prolong your makeup or smooth your face or really do anything to make your makeup look that much better, to be honest with you. This is really just a primer to add a little bit of a glow to your face. But what I really love about this product is that it gives such a beautiful glow to the skin, but it doesn't make your skin look metallic. A lot of more like glowy primers will literally make your skin look like the Tin Man. Sometimes that could be a pretty look if you put it in specific areas, but normally when I do wear like a glowy primer, I want to put it all over my face, and I want something just a little bit more subtle because I don't want to have like a really weird, unnatural glow underneath my foundation. I just don't find it to be particularly flattering, especially over texture. So this has been my favorite, my go-to. It's also really nice and moisturizing, which I love considering I have dry skin. Anything moisturizing is always a plus for me, and it just works really well with every single foundation that I have. Also, wearing this product by itself is really pretty if you just want to like add a little bit of something to your skin, but you don't want to go in with like a full face of makeup, but you want to add some life to it. This is a great product just to like throw on after your skincare routine. So the next category is foundation. Now, there are 3 foundations that I've consistently used throughout the whole entire year. This is going to be very, very obvious for those of you who have followed my channel. Even for like a week, you probably have heard me talk about at least one of these 3 products. I would say my number 1 foundation out of the 3 that I'm mentioning today is definitely the MAC Face and Body. This has been my go-to almost every single day, and it's definitely been my most used. This is, I feel like, one of the more versatile foundations that I've tried. I feel like I'm able to get so many different looks out of this. So this has been like my favorite everyday foundation because it gives a really beautiful sheer and light coverage, but I'm also able to build it up to about a medium coverage. This is the type of foundation that will always look lightweight on the skin, and it will always just look so flattering, and that's what I love so much about it. It has such a beautiful skin-like finish to it, so it always looks really nice and natural, and I also feel like this is one of the very few foundations that works really well for pretty much every skin type. I don't want to make a very general sweeping statement because there's always going to be somebody who this isn't going to work for, but I feel like in general this works super well for dry skin, for oily skin, for combo skin. It's just an all-around like beautiful, great foundation. It's definitely number 1 on my list. Now, the second foundation that I was using a ton this year, and that's very close to the MAC Face and Body as far as rankings go, is the Nude 6 Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. Now, this isn't actually really even a foundation. This is much more of like a tinted type of product because this has very little coverage. Like if you like medium to full coverage, you would not like this product at all. I would not suggest it, but if you're somebody who really loves more of like a light coverage, lightweight foundation, this is a wonderful, beautiful, again, very like easy product to wear. When I first tried this product, I actually did not like it at all. I thought it was really drying, and that's because I just didn't really know how to use this properly. So I would suggest definitely applying more of like a hydrating primer or your moisturizer before applying this, especially if you have a drier skin type, which I obviously do have. Otherwise, this can tend to look a little bit dry, but if your skin is nicely moisturized, this product works so beautifully in just like applying that smallest amount of coverage and taking away that little bit of like redness on the skin, but without looking like you're even really wearing foundation. So I love using this product before going to the gym. I know I'm gonna get so many people being like, Jamie, you're not supposed to wear makeup to the gym. And I definitely don't wear a full face of makeup to the gym, but sometimes I do want to cover up a little bit of my redness. It just makes me feel more confident. So I will put a little bit of this product just like on my cheek area, on my chin, on my nose, just to get rid of that redness, but it doesn't look or feel heavy at all. It doesn't clog my pores. I've never had any issues with it breaking me out, and that's what I really love this product for, just like a quick type of product when I don't really want to go full out with my makeup. So the very last foundation that I wanted to mention is my YSL Touche Eclat All-in-One Glow Foundation. Now, I feel like for me, this is sort of like a step up from the MAC Face and Body. This gives a sort of similar like finish to the MAC Face and Body, but it definitely has more coverage. The Face and Body is very watery and thin in texture. This is definitely a little bit thicker, but it still gives like the same type of natural glowy look to the skin. This is called the All-in-One Glow Foundation, so obviously it is a little bit on like the glowier side. I don't know how great this would be for an oilier skin type, but for a dry skin type, oh my god, it's such a beautiful product. So when I want something a little bit more intense than the MAC Face and Body, but I still want to keep it looking natural, this has been my go-to. Okay, that is it for foundation. So now let's move on to concealers. So first up, I have the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This was a product that really surprised me. This is another product that when I initially tried it, I really didn't think I would like it because I personally don't really love the Born This Way foundation, and I also really did not like at all the original Born This Way concealer. Just didn't really work for me. This, however, was like a dream come true for a full coverage concealer. This completely replaced my Tarte Shape Tape. I don't even remember the last time I took Tarte Shape Tape out of my collection. I have not used it since basically getting this product. It is a very similar consistency to the Tarte Shape Tape, also gives a very similar effect, but I actually find this to look even better. Sometimes with the Tarte Shape Tape, I felt that it could be a little bit drying. This, however, I feel like is a little bit more hydrating. It's not as like heavy underneath the eyes, and I just really love the amount of coverage that this stuff gives. It really does cover up all of my bad decisions underneath my eyes, and it's also a concealer that I feel like I do not have to set with powder, which is always A++ in my books. That's like my ideal world. So this has definitely been my favorite full coverage concealer from the whole entire year. Now my favorite light to medium coverage concealer was definitely this guy. This is the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. This has been one of my favorite go-to more everyday concealers. I'm wearing this underneath my eyes right now. I like to keep this in my everyday vanity. I like to keep this in my gym bag. Really all I gotta say about it. How much more can you say about a concealer? It just works great. I don't have to set it with powder. It's nice and hydrating underneath the eyes, and that's really all I gotta say about it. It's been good to me. Now, I wasn't really sure if I should mention this product because it is fairly new in my life. I feel like I only discovered this within the last like 2-ish months of the year, but I can't not talk about it because this is quickly just like whoop, went straight to the top for me. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer. Now, this reminds me so much of the Tom Ford concealing pen. I am convinced that this is the same formula. Somebody actually told me in the comments that Charlotte Tilbury was like head of the makeup at Tom Ford. So if that's the case, it's very possible that this is a very similar formula to that Tom Ford concealing pen, because that concealing pen, that formula got discontinued unfortunately, and this is just so reminiscent of it. Now what I love so much about this concealer is the consistency of it. It is so thin and so lightweight that underneath the eyes when you apply it, it pretty much like disappears. A lot of the times with that type of consistency with a concealer, you get that really nice like consistency, but you don't get any coverage from it. However, with this guy, you do get some really nice coverage from it. So if you are somebody who has a lot of like fine lines underneath the eyes and you feel like a lot of like heavier concealers crease or build up or just don't look so great, try this guy out. And it's also really great for more mature skin. This is so good. Let's talk about some face products. Okay, I have quite a few favorite bronzers, blushes, and highlighters, so I'm gonna go through them pretty quickly. Let's first start off with bronzers. I'm not gonna say too much about this product over here because this is something that I've spoken about like too much on my channel. I think I even mentioned this as one of my favorites in my 2017 favorites video, so you guys know the drill with this. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronzer. This compact has lasted me over a year at this point. Like, I don't even understand how I've not hit pan on this, because I dig into this aggressively and there is still so much product left in here. It's slightly confusing. This bronzer is also completely matte, which is what I do personally prefer with a bronzer. If I am gonna add any type of glow to my face, I prefer to do that with a highlighter or with my base. The color is also perfect. It's just warm enough, but it's not too warm, so it doesn't look muddy or orange or whatever. This is going to forever be a product that I'm going to keep in my collection. I don't think I'm ever gonna get sick of it, so this is by far my most used bronzer of the year still. Nude 6 Bondi Bay, I mean, do I need to really say much more? I just spoke about this in my last video. This is my favorite cream bronzing product. I love this on my no makeup days when I want a bronze look, but I don't want to look powdery. I don't want to look too glam, but I still want to give some color to my face. And because it is a cream, it keeps the skin looking really nice and not really glowy, but it gives like a really nice natural looking sheen to the face, which I love. So it's really all I gotta say about it. Definitely my all-time favorite from the year, cream bronzer. I told you I had a lot of bronzing favorites. This is the Neon Photography Fluid Opacity 8%. This is basically a liquid bronzer. It has like the most beautiful, like almost like honey undertones, and when you blend it into the skin, it doesn't completely change the color of the skin. It simply just adds like that really pretty honey bronze golden undertone to it. So instead of it making my skin actually darker, it will just simply give my skin that like beautiful bronzed healthy look, which is just in turn really nice and natural looking. And I've never really tried another bronzing liquid that has done that for my skin. A lot of other bronzing liquids are really intense and really opaque. This one only has 8% opacity. The last bronzing product that I have here is the Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum. This is another product that I use so much, especially in the summertime. This is a product that you have to mix in with either a moisturizer or with your foundation. And basically what it does is it just gives that like bronze boost to whatever you're mixing it in with. So I actually really enjoy mixing this in to my moisturizers, especially in the summertime when I didn't really want to have any foundation on my face because I just didn't feel like really putting on a full face of makeup, but I still wanted to add some color to my skin. This was such a great product just to throw in with my moisturizer, and it would just give my skin a really nice like sun-kissed glow. So that's why I love this, especially in the summertime, because it just kept my skin looking really nice and bronzed without me having to put on like a lot of layers of other makeup, which kept my skin feeling nice and fresh, especially in the heat. So this is a really great product for like that type of look. All right, let's move on to blushes. I have a few blush products here, and I'm realizing that a lot of them look pretty similar to one another. This is MAC Gingerly, and then this is the Bare Minerals blush in Bare Peach, which is what I'm actually wearing on my cheeks currently. So they are very similar to one another, but I guess that just tells you what type of blushes I've been reaching for most throughout the year. Obviously, over the last year, I've been really enjoying blushes that lean a little bit more on the neutral, bronzy side. I just feel like they are so flattering, give color to the cheeks without it being too much or too pink or like too intense. It's really nice and subtle, but still getting the job done. And that's really all I gotta say about them. I just love the shades, and I can't believe how similar they are. I guess Bare Peach would be a great dupe if you don't wanna get the MAC blush. Another blush that I've been so in love with the whole entire year is this By Terry little blush palette in Hippie Chic. What I really love about this little blush palette is how many different blush looks you're actually able to get with it. You could either take your brush and just take one of these colors. You can mix all the colors together on this side, going this way or this way. There's just like so many different combinations with this palette, so you are able to get a lot of bang for your buck. But what I love most about this palette is this side right over here. This gives the most perfect, more like neutral nude pink blush. Oh my god, it's the prettiest color, and I truly do not have anything else in my collection that gives me the color that this side gives me. Highlighters. As for highlighters, I got two highlighters here. The first one is another Nude 6 product. This is the Nude 6 Nudies in Hey Honey. If you like something that gives you that glow but that's not too overly metallic or intense, this is a beautiful option. Pretty sheer highlighter, so definitely has that like golden bronze undertone, but it's not too gold, so it still keeps it really nice and wearable, and I love it for just like a really nice glossy sheen. Now for more of an intense powder highlighter, I was really impressed by the Pixi, what are these called? The Glowy Gossamer Duos, and this one is in the shade Delicate Dew, which was my favorite. This is what I'm wearing on my cheekbones currently. This gives such an incredibly like intense highlighter, but the highlight isn't too metallic or too shimmery or too like And it's also very affordable, which I love. Now let's move on to the eyes. Now this may surprise some of you. I feel like I didn't really have that many like favorite eyeshadow palettes of the year. I really stuck with like the same few eyeshadow palettes, and probably one of like my top favorites still continues to be the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I think this is like one of my all-time favorite palettes just because it literally has every single color that I really ever need or use. You have such great basic shades in here, but you also have some really beautiful metallics to like spice up a look. So it's very wearable. It has all the basics you need, but it has the potential to be a little bit more glam. It's just such a great all-in-one type of palette. If you are a neutral lover, this is totally one that I would definitely recommend. Now, I am not a really big lash person until I found the Effortless line from Velour. Now, I only really go for lashes that are a little bit more natural looking and that are easy to wear and put on. I'm not the type of person who loves very dramatic lashes. I just don't feel like they're flattering on my eye shape whatsoever. However, the Effortless line from Velour is like the best lash line ever. Now, my personal favorite style that I've come to really adore is the style For Real though. This is actually a style that I never used to gravitate towards. They're a little bit fuller towards the center of the eye. Typically, I would go towards a style that's fuller on the outer corner to give my eye a bit more of like an elongated look. I don't know what it is, but when it's a little bit fuller in the center, it just makes my eyes look sexy. It gives them a little like extra some. If you're like me, you don't love lashes, but you still want a pair to use every once in a while on special occasions. If you want to like boost up your look a little bit, definitely check out the Velour Effortless line because they are the best. As far as eyeliner goes, I only have one here that I wanted to talk about. This is the Marc Jacobs Earthquake Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon. I've spoken about this so much. It's one of the only eyeliners that I consistently wear. It's a very dark, deep brown, like deep espresso color. It's so pretty. It's like almost black. I feel like this is just a little bit more of like a softer alternative to black. And the Marc Jacobs eyeliners are some of the best. They are so long wearing and creamy, and they never like smudge down my face like a lot of other eyeliners do. And I really love it. So that was definitely a favorite of the year as well. For brows, my favorites were definitely the Benefit brow products. The Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, by far my favorite brow gel. This brow gel gives me the fluffiest brows on the face of the planet. It literally combs through every single individual brow hair of mine, and it just makes every single one look so nice and defined, which in turn gives me such fluffy brow looks. I swear every single time I wear this brow gel on Instagram, I get like 1,000 questions and compliments on my brows and the way that they look, and it's always because of this brow gel. And for my favorite brow pencil, the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit has been my go-to for such a long time. It's just a really great, very precise little pencil. I love the color of it. This is the shade number 4, so that has definitely been my favorite for my brow pencil. Last but not least, let's talk about lip products. So for lip liners, I have 3 here that I want to talk about. The first one is from Pat McGrath, and it is in the shade Done Undone. This is like one of the most perfect neutral nude lip liners. That's not too pink, that's not too peach, that's not too beige, that sort of just sits like right in the middle of all those 3 shades. So that means I'm just able to use it with so many different types of nude lipsticks without it like really restricting me to one type of color. I also love the formula of this. It is super long wearing, very creamy. Then I have these lip liners from Makeup Forever. This is like another perfect lip liner formula because it's creamy, but it's also not too creamy. Sometimes really creamy lip liners will glide on really nicely, but they won't last a super long time. These are creamy, but they're also dry enough that they won't slip and slide on the lips, so they do last really well. I really like these 2 lip liners though because of the shades in particular. It is by far my favorite. I've spoken about it before. It's in the shade Anywhere Caffeine, and it's this color right over here, sort of like medium tone nude. And again, this goes with so many different types of nude lip colors, so it makes it super versatile. The color next to it is in the shade Endless Cacao, and this is definitely much cooler toned, much darker. This is sort of like a contour shade for your lips. So I love actually taking this color and only putting it on like the very center bottom of my lip to give my lip the illusion that it's like powderier and bigger. It does such a good job, and it just gives like the most amazing effect to the lips. So these 2 shades in particular from the Makeup Forever, what's this line called? The Artist Color Pencil line are fantastic. Next up, I have 2 lipsticks here. First up, I have MAC Honey Love. This has been like my go-to nude. Now this is like a neutral nude with a hint of pink, and that is like my most perfect nude color. I sort of have transitioned out of wanting like a very, very pinky nude and wanting something a little bit more neutral, but still that like little bit of pink, because I feel like it's just like the most flattering for my skin tone. And Honey Love really is that perfect mix. Next up, I have CoverGirl Sultry Sienna, and this is another great nude color, but this nude is definitely a lot warmer, a little bit rosier. So this is really great when I want a little bit more color to my lips, but I don't want something too pink. This is like the perfect color to wear. It's also a very creamy and very hydrating formula. It's beautiful. For more of like an everyday lip color, I have been loving the Lano Lips Tinted Lip Balm. This is a lip balm, so it's really nice and hydrating, and it gives like the most perfect, very soft and subtle pink tint to the lips. And even though this is a lip treatment on the lips, it looks like a lip gloss, but it feels like nothing on the lips, and it's obviously super hydrating. So this is definitely my favorite for every day. I have really discovered so many different gloss formulas. First up, we have the Fenty Gloss Bomb. I don't really need to say too much about this. We all know and love the Fenty Gloss Bomb. This lip gloss is really great if you want something for every day that gives a little bit of color to your lips but doesn't give too much. It's a type of color that just will go with so many different skin tones, and it also smells like actual heaven, so that doesn't hurt. For my favorite nude gloss, I definitely gotta give it to Bite Flat White. This is one of the best pinky nude lip glosses. I love this on top of pretty much any nude lipstick that I have in my collection. It is so beautiful. Here it is right over here. It's pink without being too pink. It's also a perfect tone. It's not too dark, it's not too light, and the formula is just so good. It's a type of formula that sort of just like sits on top of the lips without settling into the lines of your lips, so it makes your lips look really nice and like plush and plump, so it gives your lips a very like juicy effect. Before I move on, I wanted to show you the Fenty gloss compared. So that's the Fenty and that's the Bite right there. Next up, I have my Buxom Celeste. This is also a little bit newer in my life. I only discovered this over the last like 2 months again. This is the little mini sample version, but since discovering the sample version, I have gotten like the full size. I just don't have it with me right now. It's like somewhere in one of my purses, but this is like one of the most like beautiful, just sheer sparkly glosses. It is literally just like pure multi-dimensional sparkles. It makes your lips look so intensely juicy. It makes them look so much bigger because there is so much sparkle in it. It is like insane. I was actually sitting next to somebody who was applying this lip gloss at an event, and I stopped her mid lip gloss application and I was like, tell me what you're putting on your lips right now. And I took a picture and we have been inseparable ever since. So it was love at first sight. Here is Buxom Celeste right over here. Super sparkly. I feel like the camera can't even pick it up. Last but not least, I really fell in love with the Becca Glow Glosses. This is another one of those formulas that is just really nice and cushiony. This one over here is in the shade Opal, and it's like another one of those just perfect nude colors. All right, guys, I am so out of breath right now. That actually finishes off all of the products that I've been loving in 2018. Oh my God, I almost completely forgot to talk about the giveaway. Before I leave, let's chat about it, shall we? I put together a little prize package featuring a ton of very high-end makeup that I am very excited to be giving away to one of you guys. The rules are gonna be pretty simple. I'm going to have a link down in the description box down below that you guys are going to click. It's gonna bring you to another page, and all you gotta basically be is subscribed to my channel, and that's going to give you one entry into the giveaway. If you wanna get extra entries into the giveaway, there's gonna be an option to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, and that will give you more entries, but that's really all you gotta do. This is how I always do my giveaways. It just makes it really organized and simple. Stay tuned because I will be doing more giveaways over the next little bit because I really want to give back as much as possible to you guys. So the winner will get a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, 2 of the Lancome Matte Shakers, a Laura Mercier Custom Setting Duo Set with the Matte and Glow Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So it's a little set. We have the Hourglass Mineral Primer Veil, the Tasha Silk Canvas Primer, the Bite Beauty Agave Treat Trio Mini Agave Lip Mask Set, which is so cute and awesome. 2 eyeshadow palettes. I have the Tarte Tartelette Toasted and the Too Faced White Peach. And then I have these 2 NARS lip sets. Again, all the details as far as like the link and when it's gonna end and everything else is going to be down in the description box down below. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts down below. Let me know some of your favorite products over the last year. Give this video a big thumbs up. Of course, subscribe if you want to join the fam for 2019. I would really love to have you, and hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Love you.